Excellency Prime Minister, Dear Excellency Chancellor, distinguished guests, your attendance makes this event so much bigger and better. A real thank you, our hard-working and talented staff, but above all, and why we are here, our graduands, soon to be our graduates. Now, I think few days in your life will compete with this day, and it will profoundly shape your life. That also means that few graduation speeches like mine are actually remembered amidst the swirl of achievement and anticipation. So please wish me the best of British and Kurdish in my speech that I hope helps put your new opportunities into perspective. But first and foremost, let's focus on you and your family at home and in this academic community. You have worked incredibly hard during your time at UKH and achieved real success against the odds. And you've done so navigating and enduring the COVID pandemic, the biggest crisis to face our world in generations. Your achievement and what you have learnt from this is therefore even greater. So let's celebrate your real success. And this is a celebration, so please feel free to clap, cheer and whoop at your will. Your teachers and support staff have done much to help secure your certificate. Let's say thank you to them. Your parents and family have encouraged you and stood by you. Let's salute them in their pride and joy. They deserve our thanks every bit as much. But you should also give yourself a huge pat on the back. Prime Minister, we are graced by your presence today and hugely appreciative. Your support for this university and education in general is an immense comfort. May I also directly thank you for your work in upholding security here. I often tell my friends in the UK how much safer I am here than in London. May I also salute you and your government's commitment to religious pluralism and tolerance, as well as your reform to maximise the talents of all Kurdistanis. And I can tell you as a former Foreign Office Minister in the UK that the people and government of the UK are privileged to count Kurdistan as an ally and a friend. Now, like many people of my age, I was the first in my family to go to university, having been brought up in public housing in North London and then in Harlow. My degree started a journey that actually started on the railways, then the National Union of Students, taking me to be a member of the UK Parliament, and that enabled me to become a Foreign Office Minister, a Higher Education Minister, and a Minister for our Armed Forces, and then a period leading successfully to British universities before coming here. And I had no idea when I attended my own graduation in Cardiff that I would end up being President here. And nor do I remember, if I'm honest, much of the formal speeches. I certainly never imagined I would be working near a prison that was once a British railway station, which the novelist Agatha Christie visited in the 1920s. Later, Kurds were then forced to join Iraq, and decades of discrimination and genocide then followed. The modern Kurdistan region is only 30 years old, not much older than most of our graduands. And I'm very proud that two British Prime Ministers helped Kurds build a strong region in Iraq. The first was Sir John Major. The British public were rightly horrified at the scenes of misery and death in the freezing mountains in 1991. Young Kurds here and in the diaspora in Britain successfully lobbied for urgent international help, and Sir John Major bravely defied the usual rules and pioneered the no-fly zone and the safe haven. The Kurdistan region was born and later consolidated by another British Prime Minister, Tony Blair, my former boss, in the 2003 liberation of Iraq. Saddam Hussein was evicted, and the new elected government embraced two major priorities: democratisation and education. And the establishment of this university to educate the future leaders of Kurdistan was the vision of our founder. And you, our graduands, are the product of that vision. And democratisation and education are always linked, because free critical thinking at quality education institutions supports democracy. Cultural and economic change can be accelerated by vibrant universities. We are also in this university reaching out to the wider world so that Kurdistan is never isolated and disconnected again. There was just one university here at the beginning, many more today. And part of my mission at this university is to further transform education and respect those who fought for the modern Kurdistan region. The epitaph for the martyrs of February 2004 at the Sami Abdul Rahman Park rightly says, "Freedom is not free." That struggle was long, and the uprising began the journey from A to Z, Anfal to Zanko. The next 30 years are very much in your hands. And the days of learning by rote and saying what you think your teacher expects rather than what you think have gone. So you have acquired a body of knowledge, but much more importantly, a greater ability to think for yourself and to solve problems, many of which none of us have yet thought of, and some of which, like climate change, which are hugely pressing. You are now this country's most important natural resource. Some of you may have the same vocation for the rest of your lives. Some of you will take up jobs that haven't yet been invented, such is the bewildering pace of social and economic change. But your education here will equip you to cope. You are the promise of a better future for your country. You are also lifelong ambassadors for UKH. And you have achieved so much with your dedication, your hard work, and your talent. But getting your degree certificate is just the start of your journey. You now must, with that qualification and your university experience, seize new opportunities and imagine your more successful future. You are now the future of Kurdistan, and your success here at UKH demonstrates, I think, that it will be a bright one. Please remember us as you move into new orbits. In conclusion, I would say you are a credit to our staff who've educated and supported you. You are a credit to your families who've loved and supported you every step of the way. But most importantly, you are a huge credit to yourselves. Barbroin, go for it, have a great day and an even better future.